Greetings, January 16th. We're going to hop right back into this. The title of today's message is called Just Because I'm Ugly Don't Mean God Don't Love Me. Just because you happen to think you're ugly doesn't mean God doesn't love you. We're going to start in Genesis 1:27. And I apologize if this message may offend you, but if you actually listen to it all the way through, you might get something out of it. So we're going to speak on it and get down to business. So Genesis 1:27, excuse me. So God created mankind in his own image. In the image of God, he created them, male and female. God don't make ugly. And we might have jumped to the conclusion of it already, but God doesn't make ugly. And I say this because if we are made in God's image, and if you continue to read in Genesis, God talks about at the end of making everything, like everything he made was good. He didn't say some of what he made was good, but it talks about everything that God made was good. And he made us too. Now, if you go to Isaiah 64:8, we are going to jump scriptures, but I'm trying to keep it simple, but I'm trying to keep it 100. That's the whole point of this. Like, I hope that you guys can get something tangible out of this and not have to sit here and listen and get confused by a bunch of different things. So we're just going to keep it simple. Isaiah 64:8. But now, O Lord, you are our Father. We are the clay and you are our potter. We are all the work of your hand. It's going back to what God created. We are the work of God. Back in the day, well, not too far along because I'm divorced now, but when we were dating or dating women or what the case was or whatnot, we'd be like, get a 5 and treat her like a dime. Sounds crazy. For some of you that don't know what a dime is, a dime would be like a 10 piece. And the fact that we would say that now looking at it, sounds a little comical, but it's also degrading. And I know it's not a biblical or spiritual way to look at it, but that was what was going on in our head. Get a 5 and treat her like a dime. But God is saying, look, he doesn't care if you think you're a 5, 4, or 3. You're a 10 to me. God is saying you're a 10 to me. It doesn't matter if you think that you don't look good or if you feel ugly. God don't make ugly. You ain't got to worry about that. God doesn't make ugly. He's saying if you're a 5, 4, 3, you're a 10 to me. And that's good news. Great news if you believe. 1 Samuel 16:7. We're going to jump into this real quick and get it done. It says, but the Lord said to Samuel, do not look on his appearance or on the height of his stature, because I have rejected him. For the Lord sees, not as man sees man, looks on the outward appearance, but the Lord looks on the heart. He wants to know where your heart is. There's a lot of pretty people out here that got an ugly heart, real ugly. And that's what matters to God. But also, you have to remember that we were created in God's image. God don't make ugly. You might think you're a 5, but you're a 10 to God. You know what I mean? Let's see. Timothy, we already read Timothy 4:8. For while bodily training is of some value, godliness is of value in every way, as it holds promise for the present life and also for the life to come. So bodily training. I'm a little dude, you know what I mean? But I still try to do some bodily training. But God said it doesn't matter. He said it adds some value, but godliness is of value in every way, as it holds promise for the present life and also for the life after. See, as Christians or as believers, we have a promise of a life after this. This flesh is going to die. This is not promised. But there is something that comes after this life that God has promised to us, and our spiritual or godly attributes. That's what's important. Where is your heart today? Don't worry about the jewels and the appearance and the bling. That looks good, but it's not about that. Remember, you are made in God's image. Have a great day.